Hello and welcome. We're going to think about strong legs today. Strengthening our legs. A lot of people are quite tight in their hamstrings, and then you can suffer with low back problems. So strength and flexibility in the legs. Just come and sit in a comfy position. You don't have to have the legs crossed. However's comfy, and take time to arrive. A soft gaze or shutting the eyes and looking inwards. Just letting the day go, letting go whatever's been going on today. Put it to one side, it will soon be there later. It will still be there later. I'm just tuning in to the body breathing. The breath might be a bit shallow or rapid to start with. But as you gently tune into this basic body rhythm, it will get slower and easier. Being present with the breath for your practice. And take a few more breaths and breathe in and see if you can make the out breath a little bit longer. And then pause and the in breath comes. So simply extending the out breath. And when you take a longer out breath, you can relax into that pause at the end of the out breath. So come and breathe with me. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. A few more in your own time. Don't overdo it. Letting go to that lovely pause at the end of the out breath. Allowing yourself to soften. Allowing your jaw to soften, your eyes, your fingers. Do 3 more breaths in your own time. When you finish your 3 breaths, just sit quietly a moment. So we're present in the practice. Yoga is a mindfulness practice. You're watching your breath, your thoughts, sensations, And that leads to awareness. Presence is when you're no longer waiting for the next moment, believing that the next moment will be more fulfilling than this one. Eckhart Tolle. And then bring yourself back, and we'll do a little bit of circles here to warm up, to mobilise the spine. And you could work opposite shoulder to opposite knee. So feel these movements from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Just feeling into anywhere that's a bit tight or a bit stuck in your body today. Let's reverse the circles. You might shut your eyes if you don't feel giddy. Being mindful of the sensations. And then come and sit still. And set your intention. Our intention today is, my intention is my attention. My intention is my attention. Attention on the practice. Straighten your legs out, ease them out. And we're also thinking today about strength in our legs. I've probably already said that, haven't I? Strength in our legs. Strength and flexibility in our legs. So you might want a little cushion under your sit bones here, it's up to you. Nice straight legs. You can bend the knees a little bit if you like. Take your hands to your heart and breathing in, draw the energy up. And breathe out, let it wash all the way through you. Inhale a big breath of joy, lift your heart. It's a gorgeous day outside. Wrap your left arm round behind you and we'll stretch over to the right. So we're lengthening through the left side. Soften the shoulders. The trouble about wearing lipstick, your hair gets stuck on it. Breathe well. And if you like, if it's okay, you release that left arm. Come over, the palm can be up, maybe that makes more space, or down, it doesn't matter. Soften that shoulder, bend the elbow a bit. Some will get the elbow all the way down, so do what feels best for you, but push down through your left sitting bone. Nice deep breaths into the left ribs, into the left lung. Stretching out those muscles between the ribs, making space there. And if you like, what about the shoulder? We might reach forward a little bit. It's about playing, isn't it? It's about exploring, being creative. Turn the palm down and reach. See if you can get into the shoulder there, or palm towards the back. Where does it feel juicy? And then reach out and take your hands beside you by your right hip and just fold in a little bit. Take a few breaths there. Push down with your sitting bones on the right side. Find a place that feels good here. Brilliant. And then slide the right fingers behind you, left hand on right thigh. Take a simple danda twist. So the legs could be lovely and straight, drawing up through the knees, lifting up through the thighs. Breathe in nice and tall and breathe out, see if you can come around a little bit more. Draw the belly in. Some nice deep energetic breaths here. And an extra squeeze on the tummy maybe. So one more breath. Breathing in slowly. Breathing out slowly. Release that arm and give yourself a nice big hug. And a little rock. Hold it there. Ease between the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. Stay soft. Take a few breaths into the back body, into the space of the heart at the back. Relaxing through the neck, relaxing through the shoulders. Slowly lift your head up, breathing in, drawing the energy up, letting it wash through you to the heart. And a big breath of joy, a little back bend here. You can do the other side, wrap the right arm round. Come over and stretch it out. So keep the shoulders relaxed. A little bit of softness in that left elbow. So left shoulder's dropping. And if you like, we can reach up, really lengthen through that right side. Palm can be up or down, remember. Breathe well. Push down with your right sitting bone. Some will even get the elbow down. Stay with the breath. Start to spin the ribs, the chest towards the right. You can look up if you like. Just doing what feels good here. What feels good for you. It's so delicious to do these lateral stretches. We don't usually move like this. Maybe to reach forward, get in under that shoulder. Oh, it might be yummy. I'm going to come back a bit. Turn the palm towards the front, then towards the back. Get under the shoulder if it's a little bit tight. Well done. Take your hands by your hip and just come in a little bit here. A few breaths there. Round the back. Fold in. Maybe bend the elbows a little bit more. And then take your right hand to your left thigh and come and take your twist. So do check that you've got the most beautifully straight spine. That's difficult sometimes to have a nice straight spine and straight legs. And visualize again, breathing in, drawing that energy up. And breathing out, letting it wash through you, to ground you, to balance you. Imagine breathing in all the way up your spine and breathing out all the way down into the earth. Breathe well. Nice deep energizing breaths. And that's lovely. Release that left arm. Give yourself a nice yummy hug and a little rocket up the chin. Breathe into the back body between the shoulders. Well done. Look up, inhaling, exhaling. One more big breath of joy. Take a little back bend here. Lift your heart. Make some space through the front of the body. So we're going to think about forward bending here. Let's do two sorts. I'd really like you to think about stretching out your hamstrings in this one. So you keep the legs active if it's right, but keep the knees soft and drop through the thighs. Hands by the hips. So get that lift. Hinge from the hips and come and look over the toes. And inhaling up. Let's do a couple of these. So legs are lovely and straight. The hinges from the hips. Just as leading. So we're coming down with a nice flat back. So you're going to feel it in the hamstrings here as we hold it here. That might be quite enough. Some will come forward. Keep the back flat so you may not come far. Some might take the strap. I do have a strap with you today. If you need to go and get one, just put it on pause and go and get one. Think, where do you feel this? Just find a place that feels good and stay there. And the breath helps, like we were doing before. Think about that breath. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out a bit longer. So come with me, breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. In, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, letting go into this place at the end of the out breath. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more breaths in your own time. Really softening and relaxing at the end of the out breath. Finding reassurance with the inhales and the exhales. Introducing softness into your jaw, your fingers, your toes. And then very slowly coming out. Just checking through, you're okay. Back's all right, you're all right. So this is different now. I'm going to come forward, I'm going to round the back, a little bit softer, a little bit more yin-like. As much bending the knees as you like. You know, if you want to do this, it's as fine as cool. Whatever feels good, but round the back and soften. So still hinging from the hips and the back is round. So here we're stimulating the bladder meridian that runs from your eyes all the way over the top of your head, down your neck, down the sides of the spine, the erector spinae, through the buttocks, down the back of the legs. Stay soft. And as you come forward, maybe a little bit of compression on the liver here as well. Nice and stimulating. And use the breath to anchor you into the present moment. Feel with the in-breath, you're expanding the energy, the yang energy. And with the out-breath, it's that cool, grounding, calming yin energy. Let's tap into that again. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Letting go. In, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Softening. And just a couple more on your own. Staying soft. Using the breath as an anchor to hold you in the present. Letting go. And slowly, slowly coming up. And taking a check, how do you feel? Take a little back bend here. If you want to come into a table, that might be a nice counter posture. Don't let your table sink, come down. So a little bit of strength for the legs. We've had flexibility. Let's have a little bit of strength for our legs. Okay. So sit nice and tall. You can put your bum on a block if you need to. Let's lift. So keep the knees soft, drop through the thigh. Let's lift that right leg up and hold for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the heel in. Externally rotate the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you, leg. You'd feel that, couldn't you? Other side. Nice active leg, but knees soft and lift. Just a little bit. Sit up tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel in. So really push your way through the ball of the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And internally rotate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, so it might be good now to Stretch out our legs. Get a bit more active. Let's come. So you could cross the ankles, come onto hands and knees, tuck the toes under, give them a good stretch and push your sitting bones back towards your heels. Stretch it out, so nice strong feet as well as legs. Let's lift up into your first down dog. And breathe well. So your knees might need to be soft here, the elbows might need to be bent, but then get that good connection to the earth. Pushing down through the ball of the foot, the back of the foot, lifting the arches. Not having any crease in your wrists, but getting the connection at the base of the thumb, base of the fingers. And then lift the heels off. And if it's right for you, you can do this on your knees or help that right foot through. Take the right foot up. Let's externally rotate the hip actually. So the inner foot faces the floor. We're just externally rotating the hip, but we're not bending the knee here. Lift the leg even higher. Lift up on the ball of the left foot. Take it higher. Front thigh towards the earth as you draw the knee through and you step through. And we're coming into something called the mountain here. So the legs are straight. You might need to have softness in that front knee. It's a bit like your pyramid, but the back heels off. And we'll hold this for a few breaths. If you want to curl the top toes up on the right foot, you can. And gently ease over. So go slowly and gently with the breath. Just easing the ribs towards the right inner thigh. The gaze is over the toes, the shoulders are soft, the knees soft. Breathe well. Stay with the breath, making the out breath a little bit longer so you can let go. Bend the knee, look up, step back down dog. So you can have a walk, you can rise up and down, you can just stay and marinate there. Lengthening the spine, easing out the hamstrings. If it's right for you, lift the heels off, lift the left leg up and externally rotate the hip, but keeping the legs straight. See if you lift even higher. So particularly push down with the left hand so the shoulders aren't skew with. Thigh faces the floor, draw the knee in, nose to knee if you like. Step through into the mountain. Back heels off. Drop through the thigh but keep the knees soft and gently encourage your body into a forward bend if it will go. Gazing over your toes. You might need to make fists or have something to put your hands on. And curl the toes up and push back with your sitting bones if you like to take it a bit deeper. Breathe well. Keeping aware of the breath, the sensations. Bend the knee, look back, down dog. 5 restorative breaths. Keep the neck long and relaxed. If you're a bit tight in the shoulders, bend the elbows. And one more, breathing in and out. This time come onto your knees in a baby push-up. Come all the way down to the earth. Keep the elbows in. Right, okay. 5 little dynamic cobras here, elbows in. Inhaling and exhaling. So coming up, leading with your nose. Pushing down with your strong thighs, the top of the feet. And down. And again. Well done. Nice firm tummy. Couple more. You might stay lower, you might come higher. It's totally up to you. Only you know how you feel. Only you know how your back feels. Come down. Take your hands on your shoulders and take a nice stretch back in child and relax a moment. So you might take the knees apart and then the body, the upper body might come towards the earth a bit more. You might just rest your head on your hands and relax a moment. Allow yourself to soften. Allow yourself to soften. So this is called important, and I don't know who wrote it. We hurry through the so-called boring things in order to attend to that which we deem more important, more interesting. Perhaps the final freedom will be a recognition that everything in every moment is essential and that nothing at all is really important. So a couple more breaths. Taking time to look inside. How are you feeling inside your body today? And then back into down dog. Lift the heels up, take the right leg off, and this time externally rotate the hip and bend the knee. Maybe flex the foot and take your heel towards your left shoulder as you push down with your hands. Keep the neck long. So you can open up that hip a wee bit more there. We're doing a little bit of work for our hips now. And then lift the leg up, nice and high. Draw the knee through. You might need to do some hands and knees. Step it through. Well done. Take the knee down. Take the left knee down. Hands in a right foot. Rock back and forwards a little bit here. Get into that left front thigh. And you could, if you like, get into the right hip a bit. We can start to circle. Circle. I'll turn this way. You can see me a bit more then, a bit better. You can come on the outer edge of that foot if you like. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Go the other way. So if you've got a knee problem, obviously don't do this. Just keep the legs straight and come backwards and forwards like we did before. Right, lovely. And then from there, maybe walk that foot out a bit. Just sink down there. So I'll come this side and show you. Tuck the back toes under, maybe make it a bit juicier. So stage one, we'll just push the earth away. That might be quite enough. Stay there and settle into the pose. Stage two might just come onto elbows and you might be able to even rest your brow against your thumbs. Shut the eyes, relax. Allow yourself to soften. Find that edge. So the middle way, the Goldilocks position, not too strong, not too soft, just in the middle. You can go either way. And if it's really uncomfortable or painful, you back off. But if you can lean into that edge, and if it's a bit restricted, a bit tight today, can you stay with it? Can you allow the breath to soften you a little bit around the edges? Can you let go a bit more? Well done, a couple more breaths. Think about that lovely long out breath where you can let go a bit deeper. Do practice that, the breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Letting go. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's stretch that leg out now. That might be quite nice to stretch it out and have a little bit of a wiggle there. Oh, lovely. Bend the knee again. Take your left hand to the earth. You might need somebody to put it on, or you might make a fist. Maybe walk the right foot out a bit and take a look behind you. And you can open up into this twisty one if you like. Pinky finger towards the back of the head. Think about the tummy, the ribs, the chest, all revolving. Breathe well. Push down with the hands so you can get a little bit more lift there. Stay with the breath. And you've got variations here. Some of you might like to tuck the back toes under the left toes and walk back a bit so you're resting above the knee joint and bend the knee, and you may be able to do a bind. Breathe well. It's a nice stretch through the left front thigh. You might even come down onto the elbow. I might be on the outer edge of that right foot. Watch the right knee. But don't overdo it, just stay with the breath. Allowing yourself to soften in that lovely pause at the end of the out breath. Stay being mindful. Lovely, letting go. Well done. Hand each side of the front foot, look up. Nice way to stretch out and down dog here. Take a moment to feel the rebound of the pose as you stretch it out, the walk, or wiggle, whatever you want to do here. Good. So we may come onto our knees this time, or we might just come through a plank. Do what feels best for you. Keep the elbows in, all the way down to the earth. Your Sphinx or your Cobra, just choose your back bend. Coming up, we'll hold your back bend for 5 breaths. So push down with the thighs, push down with the top of the feet, lovely strong legs to support you. Breathe in, draw the chest through, breathe out, lengthen the spine. Next, in line with the spine, you're just looking ahead. So the further away the hands are, the more gentle it is. Elbows bent, of course, don't overdo it. Just watch your low back with this. It can be quite strong. It's very stimulating for the kidney meridians. Nice and strengthening for the low back. A couple more breaths. And then maybe take a sneaky little peek over to the left. You see your right foot. Done. And then a little peek over to the right. Can you see your left foot? Then the elbows. Come down. Just take a moment to make a pillow and windshield wiper the legs if you like. Take time to feel the rebound of the pose. When we're still, it's not about not being active. It's about finding a place of awareness so that we can be more aware of our body, the internal landscape, the moment. Come down, come onto hands and knees. We've got to the other side. Tuck the toes under. Take a couple of big restorative breaths here. And then lift the heels up. If it's right for you, you can do this on your knees, remember. Lift the left leg up and externally rotate the hip and the knee. Breathe well. Maybe so you can open up knee a wee bit more there. Can you feel that? Like flex the foot, circle the ankle. It doesn't matter. Lift the leg higher, draw the knee through, around the back. Take it through. We're just going to get a little bit into the legs now. Watch that back knee, you might need padding. Well done. And so you might just stay doing that if the knee is not happy. Or we can do some circles and come onto the outer edge of the foot and get to those hips a little bit there. Go the other way, make them feel a wee bit juicier there. Well done. And then maybe walk the foot out, and you might just stay here, that might be good. Let's do a nice stretch through the back thigh. Allow yourself to soften, relax. You can come deeper if you want. Take the awareness inwards. Yoga is a mindfulness practice. Be with the breath. Be aware of any sensations. Where do you feel this? So if you can soften around the edges. Maybe there's some emotional stuff living in your body. Where does it sit? In your hips, maybe. and your back and your shoulders. Just observe it. And maybe you can create a little bit more space for it. And maybe let your breath soften you around the edges. So you may let go a little bit here, a little bit further. A couple more breaths. Well done, that's lovely. Let's stretch it out. Little wiggle there. Bend the knee. Take a look over the left knee. You can open up if that feels good. So you start to spin your ribs, your chest, your shoulder round. And you want to slide the shoulder down the back. Just turn your pinky finger towards the back of your head. And some of you might just tuck the toes under and slide back a bit. So when you bend the knee, it's not on the knee joint. You might need a cushion. And you can work towards finding. If you can't reach, that's fine. Otherwise, a nice stretch through the quadricep. This time, push the foot into the hand. It seems to get a little bit deeper here. Finding that edge, leaning into it. And you may be able to take the elbow down if you want to go a little bit deeper here. Stay with the breath, breathing in, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Great. So let's look up, tuck the back toes under, come and take a forward bend. Just bend the knees, rest the ribs on the shelf of the thighs. Take a moment. Just be soft. Have a wiggle. Let fingers by the toes or hands on the shin. Look up, lovely flat back. Exhale, fold deeper, hinge from the hips. Inhale, look up, lovely flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. And one more. And fold. So I'm going to take my right foot across my left. So my little toes are as together as they can be. And take a little walk over to the right. Walk over to the right. I can really feel it through that left side then. Start to walk the left fingers away a bit. Maybe bend the right knee. Lean into that left hip and breathe well. Can you feel that? Let's go the other way. So I think it's just as easy to take the right foot behind the left. You get little toes together here. You might need to soften the left knee. Let's walk the hands over to the left and start to creep the right fingers away till you find a place that feels juicy, a place that feels yummy. And let go into there. Relax with the breath. Fighting in softness. Softening around those hard edges. A couple more breaths. Very well done. Uncross the legs. And let's slowly, slowly come up to standing. So how are your legs feeling? We've got our standing sequence now. Do have a drink or anything that you need. You come and stand at the front of your mats. Take your hands to your hearts. Breathing in. And to the earth. Look up as you step your left leg back. Heel and toes out, not on a tightrope, bend the right knee and come up for warrior one. Breathe well. So feel grounded, be aware of where gravity is acting on your body. Straighten the front leg and see if you come a little bit deeper here. Lift your heart a bit more. Shoulders down the back. Put your hands to the heart and then come up sort of diagonal here. Let me take the back foot back a little bit. And it's a big breath of joy. Palms face the back, roll the shoulders back, interlink the fingers behind you. You're going to come into our devotional, a humble warrior here. Some of you just might be happy to stay like that. Some will work towards resting shoulder on the thigh. And some will just dangle. Head towards the right inner foot there. Breathe well. So you're feeling it once again in that right hip, right outer thigh. Really root down through strong feet. Make a strong foundation and relax into it. Be aware of the sensations. Be aware of where you're holding. See if you can let go a little bit deeper. Some of you might take your hands down. Maybe walk that foot out a bit further. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Turn the left toes towards the front. Take your left hand down. Right knee's over the ankle. Let's do a little twist over to the right. Take the back knee down if this is too much. So don't lift up too high and don't sink down too much. Get a lovely stretch through that back leg. So tighten up that left wrist to support it. Make this into your own little back bend if you like. Just open up wherever you want. Couple more breaths. Take your hands down. Take your left heel and toes out. Warrior two legs. Look at your left hand and circle all the way up to warrior two. Lovely and strong. So we're coming into the mighty warrior. Male warrior. And just fold your arms behind your back. The mighty warrior. And gaze over your right shoulder and sink down a bit deeper. Some of you might do the prayer hands behind the back. Or anything else. Let's take 5 deep breaths. You've got this lovely stretch within a thigh here as you push your feet into the mat. And you feel powerful and strong here. You can have a bit of attitude, can't you? Breathe well. Strong and powerful. That back knee's soft, but you're drawing up through the thigh. Nice and strong, but soft around the edges. Well done. And then keep the left arm wrapped round while you reach the right arm up. Straighten the right leg and come back a bit. Do a sort of reverse triangle. It's nice to straighten the legs after that. And reach for triangle. Take your hand wherever it comes. So when we're bound like this, we can't come forward. We've got to keep a lateral stretch. Draw the left shoulder back. Allow yourself to soften. And stay like that or release that left arm. Breathe well. Nice energizing breaths, opening up the sides of the body. If you want to come into a little bit more lateral stretch, take the arm over by the ear. And some of you might come into this beautiful curve, which I really love. And that gravity, the weight of your body and your breath, ease you down there, ease you out. And you can start spinning your ribs, your chest, and look towards the left. And we're just working towards our toes there, but don't overdo it, don't come forward, stay nice and open there. Relax into the posture. No need to hold on. Find that nice gentle place that's in between, that Goldilocks position. Remember, it's about what it feels like inside, not about what it looks like. Couple more breaths. Really lovely. Take a hand each side of the front foot, look up, bend the back knee, step to the front. Just take a moment to dangle and relax, have a wiggle. Little check through. And then very slowly all the way up to the heart. So I'll turn the other way so you can see me properly for the other side. So, breathing in and forward. Look up as you step the right leg back. Warrior one legs. So make sure the hips are squared off here. Breathe well into the space of the heart. So you can take a mudra, you can have the hands separate. It doesn't matter. Make it your practice. What you do, how you feel will always be different from somebody else. That's fine. We're doing functional yoga. It's not about aesthetic yoga. It's about how it feels for you. Straighten the front leg. Come a little bit deeper there. Lovely. Hands to the heart. So come on the diagonal. I'm going to walk that right leg back so I've got a bit more room. Now I can sink a little bit deeper. Big breath of joy here. Nice smile. Reverse the palms. Interlink the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, just like you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. You may stay here. That can feel quite juicy as well. You might rest the elbow. Or you might be able to take your humble warrior or your devotional warrior here. Breathe well. Lengthen the neck. Relax. Allow yourself to soften. Does it feel any different this side? So breathing in, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might take the hands down. Breathing in, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple more breaths. I'm beginning to feel it now. Are you? Really working in that left hip. Well done. I'm going to turn. High lunge, or take the knee down. So not too high. Stay low so you can feel it and really lengthen the thigh up the pelvis. You might turn the toes out a bit. Little look over towards your left and open up. Any variations you want are fine here. And that's lovely. Come down. Just turn the right toes out, right heel in. Circle back with right arm. Beautiful, strong warrior two. I'm really feeling it in my legs now. The mighty warrior, Maya warrior. You do prayer hands if you like. Maya means the warrior of all things. Look over the left shoulder with some attitude. Breathe well. For 5 breaths. That's 2 already. Straighten the front leg. Keep the right arm wrapped round. Reach up through the left. Reverse your triangle. And then reach. And where's this left hand going to land? A little bit of a twist here, isn't it? As you rotate your chest, your ribs towards the right. Maybe you need to bend that front knee a bit. Watch your low back. Some of you will reach up. a triangle. So we've got this triangle between our legs, between our left arm and left leg. And maybe your spine's making the third side of a triangle with your legs. Some of you might come over and something might just fold. I'm just working towards holding my big toe with my right hand, but I may not reach it, it really doesn't matter. Let go. Allow yourself to soften. Relax. Couple more breaths. I'm going to come up. I'm going to bend the knee actually, I'm not coming up. I'm hand inside the front foot, turn the back toes towards the front, step forward. And just relax there a moment. That's the end of the strong standing postures. Have a wiggle. Look up. We're going to take one more down dog. This is our last one, so make it extra good and juicy. Feel like a mountain in down dog. Good connection through the feet and hands. Lovely strong legs, strong arms. Rooting down, extending to the sky. See if you feel stronger than when you started. Come onto your knees. Just take a moment to rest in the child. Relax. Soften. And breathe into your low back. Breathe out, relax your low back. Soften your forehead, your fingers, the hinge of your jaw. And very slowly come up. Seated postures. Take your knees to your left. Release that right foot. Take a little twist over to our right. So sit nice and tall. Right fingertips behind you. A little stretch back here if you like. And that might be okay. You might give yourself a hug. And you do know you can always straighten that left leg. I know some of you do. Breathe well in your twist. Maybe see if you can come around a little bit further this time. It's lovely sort of movement from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Use the breath. Couple more breaths. Well done. And take a peek to the left. Put the chin in very slowly. Let's follow it round. Look at that right foot. Lift it up and stretch it out. You're going to take a wild thing here. Take your left hand behind you, and this might be enough today, or you might be able to come up into sort of modified wild thing. Feeling all that space we've made, appreciating all that space we've made. All the way down. Soften. Take your right hand on your right shin. Open up to the left. Little side bend here. You can have the palm up or down. You can wrap the arm around if that's too much. Find somewhere that suits you. You might even want to rest your head in your hands today. Got a stronger practice. Inner arm, inner leg, and that just sort of opens you up a bit. And you might even do a little bind or rest my foot. But so you need to keep pushing down with your left sitting bone, filling the space you're making, but adapt to suit yourself. Find somewhere that feels good and breathe well. See if you feel a bit more spacious than when you started. A couple more breaths. Slowly come up. So if this is uncomfortable, you need to straighten out that leg, you might want to have I should have said you could have a cushion or something under your knee, but you know that by now. You can sit on a little block as well. Okay. Lift your heart and hinge forward. So choose what you want to do with this one. You might want to round the back a bit. You might want to have a nice flat back. You choose. And you might want to give yourself a little hug there. Find somewhere that's comfy. Adjust to suit you. So once we come to a good place, we'll just observe, not externally, internally. Watching the posture from the inside out. If it gets too much, back off. Otherwise, just seeing if you can lean to that sensation. And it feels a bit challenging, or a little bit stuck, or a bit resistant. Can you be okay with that? Breathing in, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And a couple more breaths. Come up nice and slowly. Well done. Let's come and just sit in Baddha Konasana a moment and take a little butterfly rock. Well done. Knees over to your left. Right foot there. So walk the left foot in a little bit. Left fingertips behind you. Open up to the right and come into your twist. A beautiful straight spine here. Breathe well. 5 nice deep breaths. See if you can make it even juicier. Be aware of where else you feel this apart from in the spine. Well done. So take a little peek to the right, tuck the chin in. Let the body follow. Hooking that left toe, lift up, stretch it out. So be happy to stay there, however you want to, or you can lift into a sort of modified wild thing. Make a little bit more space for the last time. All the way down. So any support you need under the bum, under the thigh, side bend here. Take your hand to your shin, probably for most people. Open up to the right. You could wrap the arm around if that feels better today. You can make a little, the head's a bit heavy, or you come over. As long as you sort of keep this lateral stretch and you don't come forward. Some will get the elbow in a leg and push round a bit. Some might even manage a bit of a bind here. Stay with the breath. Where can you soften? Now can you let go a little bit deeper? Well done. You can make a little bit of space, lift the chest, unhinge from the hips and come over. And then settle. Find somewhere that's good to stay. Allow yourself to soften. Have a lovely stretch for the inner thighs, stimulating the kidney and liver meridians, the outer thighs, the gallbladder. Into the back body, the urinary bladder. Letting go. Just shut your eyes. Take time to look inside. Stay with the breath. Just knowing what it feels like to be still inside your body today. Sometimes it comes with feelings that are a little bit uncertain, maybe a bit vulnerable. But you can work with your breath to soften any holding throughout your body. And notice how when you relax one location, you can unlock and spread ripples somewhere else. So there's a gentle centering attention on your breath. Yet it's not overly rigid. Just wanting to stay with the sensations of the stretch in your body. So a few more breaths. Breathing in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up nice and slowly. So it's quite nice to stretch the legs out. So this is not always everybody's favourite posture. I'll give you options. You could have bricks or a book or something. Could be like that. Like that. You can bend the knees. You could take bricks under your knees. That feels better. Or books under your knees if they're softer. Some of you might have a bolster. You might be able to lay down on the bolster. That might be too much. You might have a book or like that. Just find somewhere that feels comfortable and cosy and settle down in it. Okay. Get comfy. So here's a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, the Zen Buddhist monk, very famous for his mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is the energy of being aware and awake to the present moment. It is a continuous practice of touching life deeply in every moment. To be mindful is to be truly alive and at one with those around us. Practicing mindfulness does not require that we go anywhere different. We can practice mindfulness in our room and on our way from one place to another. We can do very much the same things we always do: walking, sitting, working, eating, talking, except we learn to do them with an awareness of what we're doing. So a few more breaths. And very slowly coming out of this, you might need to put something warm on now. We're going to lay on the floor and stretch our legs with the straps. So You might need to pause to get your strap if you haven't got one already. To find your strap. Come and lay in semi-supine. Draw your right knee in and take the strap over the sole of the right foot. Keep the elbows nice and soft and just feed the strap through gently. I want you to keep that right knee soft but draw it through the thigh. So you might keep the left knee bent and the left foot on the floor, you might straighten it. Just stay somewhere you can relax and let go. Breathe well. I'm going to read you something about mindfulness while you stretch out, okay? Sorry, yoga is meditation. Yoga is a Sanskrit word meaning to yoke. Practice of yoga is the yoking together or unifying of body and mind. This really means penetrating into the experience of them, not being separate in the first place. When practicing yoga, part of the feeling it evokes is that of coming home. Home to your body. Your body is the portal or doorway to your mind. And yoga helps to remind ourselves of that connection. Take a couple more breaths where you are. Good. And I'm going to take the strap in your left hand. Externally rotate the hips, so the toes are facing down, the heels up, and you can open up to the left. I haven't got much room here. So just check you're not rolling over to the right. It's quite nice. I've got a settee here to rest my leg on. If you've got anywhere, that might be nice too. You could straighten the underneath leg, but don't be skew whiffing the hips. We're just opening up that inner thigh. Carry on breathing. Mindful yoga does far more than get you relaxed, energized, and help your body to become stronger and more flexible. It's another way in which you can learn about yourself and come to experience yourself as a whole, regardless of your physical condition or fitness level. So a couple more breaths there. And then come to the centre, take the strap in the left hand, you take the leg over to the left. Might need to bend the knees a bit. This is a bit of a twist here. Press the head into the mat, lift the chest up, stretch the shoulders out. Let me see if you can take the leg up a little bit higher so we get a nice stretch through the outer thigh then. Allow yourself to soften. We practice yoga without striving or forcing, accepting our body as we find it in the present from moment to the next, from one moment to the next. While stretching or lifting or balancing, we learn to work at our limits, maintaining moment-to-moment awareness. We're patient with ourselves. As we carefully move up to our limits in a stretch, for instance, we practice breathing at that limit, dwelling in the creative space between not challenging the body at all and not pushing it too far. You need to take responsibility for reading your own body's signals. This means listening to what your body is telling you and honouring its messages. So very carefully, coming up, releasing the strap, taking that foot down, having a little wiggle. Just taking time to check in how you feel. And we'll do the other side. So draw your left knee in, put the strap around the left foot. It's quite nice to have it a little bit further up the foot. Hold the strap really lightly. Take your hamstring stretch. So keep the knees soft, draw up through the thigh. Maybe you're going to stretch out the underneath leg or not. I'll be quiet here so you can feel the sensations. Couple more breaths. Not too firm a grip on the strap. And we might put our right foot on the mat to keep the hips level. Take the strap in your left hand and externally rotate the hips so the toes are down, the heels up. Ease that leg over to the left. You might want sort of something like a brick under your thigh. You choose. Take the leg up a bit higher. Choose a space that's comfy. You can rest your elbows there to support you. Breathe well. Tune into the mind, the breath. Tune into the sensations here. This really is the best way to stretch out your legs. Very gently draw the knee in, stretch it up, change hands with the strap. Have a shifting over to the left side of the mat and ease the left leg over to the right. You might have something to push it against or not, but get comfy, press your head into the mat, spread the shoulders out. And just shut the eyes, breathe into anywhere that's tight. Have a look at that inner landscape. Being mindful. Allowing yourself to soften. Couple more breaths. Well done. Draw the knee in. Let's release that posture. Do what you need to do as a counter posture. That'd be quite nice to do a few windshield wipers here. Anything else? Easing it out, easing out the hips. That feels quite good. Whatever feels right and good for you. Well done. And then come and get ready for your Shavasana. Take yourself time. Take time to get warm and cozy. Take a few slow breaths to let our practice go. When we rest in complete stillness and turn the awareness inwards, focusing on the breath, we start to feel a sense of stability and positive grounding energy. With each slow breath, allow yourself to let go from head to toe. No effort in your breath. Give yourself permission to relax back into the support of your mat, the earth. Know that you're safe, supported, and begin to feel a sense of comfort within that space. Finding heaviness with each breath, releasing tension, feeling grounded. Just allow your breath to rock you and cradle you and soothe away anything you need to let go of. That beautiful pause, that still point at the end of the out-breath, where you can truly soften, you can truly release. So slowly start to bring your awareness back now. Is your body resting on the earth, the present moment, the here and now. Do what you need to do in a way of stretching, a big yawn, a few deeper breaths to bring you back into the rest of your day. You might want to take a big full body stretch or draw the knees in and do some circles to massage your back. And then very carefully, in your own time, come and roll onto your side. It doesn't really matter which one. Help yourself up to seated. Nice straight spine, a big breath in. And bring your hands all the way down to your hearts. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you like the videos, there's plenty more on www.exeteryoga.org, Jill's Yoga, on my YouTube channel, Jill's Yoga, and I'd really appreciate it if you liked them and you subscribed. Until the next time, goodbye, namaste.